HHN Junkie here. Alright, this is going to be my Scarezone review. First up, we got Your Luck Has Run Out. Okay, this Scarezone, I thought it was going to be longer, honestly. It was just in a little alleyway. And I guess they did a kind of a good job on it. The Lady Lucks, they use two forms of Lady Lucks. If you haven't seen any videos or haven't been to the event yet, they used a really attractive Lady Luck, and they were all throughout this Scarezone. And they used down below in the fog, like they were up on, like the really attractive ones were up on balconies and ledges and stuff in this alleyway, and down below in fog they had the other side of Lady Luck, which was the ugly, demented looking Lady Luck that is in the commercial. And also they had Lady Luck spayed minions, which, if you haven't seen the backstory, they basically aren't dead and aren't alive. They're kind of in this purgatory, and they basically have white and black faces, or white faces with a black spade on one side of their face, and they wear long black cloaks, and they carry pop sticks that makes a loud pop with electricity on the end of it. The Lady Lucks that were the unattractive ones, the scary ones, the demented ones, the masks kind of looked really fake. I was kind of disappointed with that. I was hoping they would use more makeup than the masks, but they didn't look convincing. They all kind of looked the same. I mean, it was really foggy, so they could get you in there. I never really got scared in there because, none of them really surprised me. But anyways, next we have Acid Assault. Acid Assault was probably my favorite out of I think it was the best done. It was either that or 7 was the best done Scarezone. And this one was really cool. If you haven't seen them, in my previous video I have the videos. I think the only Scarezone I didn't get filmed is Canyon of Dark Souls, which to me wasn't that good of a Scarezone. It was too short, and there wasn't really anything in there. But anyways, Acid Assault was really cool. It's my favorite Scarezone probably. They had all these people in the Scarezone where it looked like the acid had burned their faces, and some of them weren't as burned as others. Some were really bad burnt. But what was really cool was they had projected on the buildings. I know you've heard it, but projected on the buildings, they had the building, and it was crumbling, and it would, at night, the entire building looked like it would disappear. It was amazing to see. It was really, that special effect was probably the best I've ever seen at an event like this. But that was probably the biggest Scarezone, which like I said, it was the most amazing. The only thing I would have liked to see in that Scarezone that looked like should have been there were gliders. If you don't know what gliders are, they basically skate around, and they have they make sparks on the ground when they go. Those would have been really cool to see in there. And I thought what was really cool, they had Singing in the Rain posters up on different places, which was kind of a funny little thing. But next was Night Maze. Night Maze I was really disappointed with Night Maze. Once again, it was a very small Scarezone, and nothing got me. I mean, nothing surprised me in it. It looked like little effort went into it. I know it probably didn't, and it was probably just because I don't know. It just really, it disappointed me, really. But all of them were good. So all the Scarezones were good, but just some were not up to par with the rest. Um, this one, you know, I went in and they were changing them around. They were changing the thing around, but to me there wasn't enough scare zones, and it would have been a lot better if it was bigger. If they would have stretched it out a little bit further, then that would have been, I think it would have made it a lot better. But it was just really short. Grown Evil. Grown Evil was a really good scare zone. I thought this one was really cool, and this was the one that I was most worried about not being good. But Grown Evil was a really cool scare zone to walk through, even at night. I was worried about filming it at night because it was dark, but they had, if you watch my video, I think it came out kind of alright because they had a blue light and it looks really eerie at night because, like I said, they had that blue light, and I think they did that for filming purposes, also for the eerie effect. But I think that the filming, they knew that, you know, some people are filming, and like me, I film on a flip and it doesn't have a light. So it gave it a cool effect with that blue light coming. You can see a lot of fog, and you can see kind of the owl people come out of the fog at different points. But that was a really cool scare zone. They had people dressed up as owls, bats, crows. I got scared, not scared, but startled rather at one point, and it was actually in. You can see it when I'm filming. At night, at the end, towards the end of that section, I looked kind of to my left, and I saw a black figure in my peripheral vision, and it was a crow, and the crow like went in my ear, and the camera jerks, and that's what it was. I got startled there, I'll admit it. But and let's see what else we got. Like I said, Canyon of Dark Souls. I didn't get to film it. I filmed it at the beginning during the day, and there were no characters in it yet, but I went back to it, but I didn't get to film it, and it really didn't, it was I guess it was a good scare zone, but like I said, once again, it was just really short, and all it was just basically two big black curtains with these demon looking heads on them, and they would have stilt people with those same masks, and regular people running around with those masks, and I didn't get startled in those. The only ones, and then finally I guess we have Seven. Seven was a really cool maze. There was 3 different costume changes. I think I got 2 of them in my footage. It was really cool because during the day, the first 2 costume changes, all 7 deadly, and it's based on the 7 deadly sins. So during the day, the first 2 costume changes, they all had masks on, and you know, they had their minions running around like Greed. And it was really cool because each one had a different like minion. Greed had like they were choking on money. Like they had this mask that was like went on their nose, and it came around like a muzzle almost, but it looked like a mouth with money stuffed in it, like they were choking on the money, which I thought was really cool how they came up with that. And then towards later, an example would be like the second costume change. Greed, the woman up on stage, Greed, would have more gold chains wrapped around her neck and on her wrists and arms, like she was being restricted by the gold. And they had in the first 2 costumes they had Marilyn Manson, Beautiful People playing, but it was a softer, like kids saying it. It wasn't the hard rock version. It was almost like a lullaby kind of sound to it. Then the final stage, late at night, their masks were off, and like Lust had her her blouse open, and she was, you know, not like flashing like woo, but like, you know, like putting her breast out. Greed was had chains all over her, and was had a bunch of chains around her neck, and had a blue tint to her face, like she was being suffocated by the greed, by the chains, by the gold. Hate had a burnt face, like her whole head was burnt. Vanity, you know, she had like a plastic looking face that had cuts on it. It was just a really cool Scarezone. But I got some really good footage of that, especially the final stage, in my previous video that I put up. But that was it for the Scarezones, I believe. Anyways, comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys think.